Hi everyone, and welcome to this new video after the very long series about Mongolia. I'm right now in Barcelona, and this is my second time here. The first time was this February, and I was here for a dance event. And guess what? Second time here for a second dance event. But I wanted also to take the opportunity to see new places here in Barcelona, places that I didn't see in the first time I was here because time was limited. So this video will be about these places, and it will be focused on architecture because there are many crazy buildings here in Barcelona that have a very unique style. And also I will tell you why Barcelona has a very unique look when you look it from above, from the top, and why it has such a particular shape. I will explain this a little bit later in the video, but for now let's check our first building. And here we are. Behind me is the famous Casa Batlló. It's one of the main attractions here in Barcelona, and as you can see there are so many people, so many tourists taking pictures. So let's talk briefly about the history behind this building. So its name is, as I told you, is Casa Batlló because it's the name of the owner of this building, Josep Batlló, that at the beginning of the 20th century he was one of the richest men here in the city. He worked in the textile industry, and he bought this house in 1903. But the house, of course, looked completely different. It was just a regular building, and what he did was, instead of tearing it down and build a new one, he decided to transform it. So he asked the famous architect Antoni Gaudí. He asked him if he could transform it. He could do some reconstruction work, and Antoni Gaudí he accepted this job, and in 1906 he created this beautiful example of Catalan modern architecture. So let's start from the facade. As you can see, is made of ceramic tiles, and it looks like out of a fairy tale. It's really unique. It's really beautiful. And then we have the columns that look like bones, and that's why also Casa Batlló it's called the House of Bones. Then we have the balconies that look like masks or skulls. It depends on your fantasy. And then on top we have the roof that is curved, and it looks like the back of a dragon. And indeed, according to the legends, this is also like this building is a representation of Saint George, that is the saint of Catalonia. Is like this represents the killing of the dragon, like Saint George that slays the dragon, and the turret on the top, that is represents is the symbol of his sword. And just a few meters from the Casa Batlló, we have our second spot, that is La Pedrera. Antoni Gaudí built this building, this masterpiece, between 1906 and 1912 for the wealthy family Milà. That's why it's also called the Casa Milà. And it's pretty different from the Casa Batlló because, as you can see, is more simple in the lines. Like there are no lines, just curves. It's very wavy. It's stone or made by stone, The balcony is very unique because it looks like it's very intricate forms. It's made of steel, and then on the top there is the typical Gaudi chimney that it's like very surreal. Looks always very surreal, and yes, so this is another main attraction here in Barcelona, and another masterpiece from this genius architect. And there are still some apartments inside the building, but the majority of the place is a museum, so it's accessible. You can visit, and there is one single apartment that has been left as it was back then, so you can see how people used to live at the beginning of the 20th century. It's my second time here in Barcelona, and I have to say that I like it more and more because it's a city, so yeah, has the vibe of a big city, a lot of things going on, but at the same time it doesn't have the stress like people rushing or it's not really fast life here, even though again it's a pretty busy city. The vibe here is more relaxed and more easygoing. People are relaxed, are chill here. There is no stress, and that's what I really like here. Yeah, that's very a perfect mix of laid back vibe and city life. And here we are at our next spot, Casa Vicens. This is Casa Vicens, and this building was built by Gaudi between 1883 and 1886, and this was his first major project, his first major building that he built for a wealthy man in Barcelona named Miguel Vicens. That's why it's called the Casa Vicens. And yeah, this is the beginning of what will define Gaudi's style. So as you can see, there are bright green and white tiles mixed with flower motifs, and yeah, here in this building Gaudi mixes Oriental style with these arcs on the top. As you can see, there is also a little bit of Oriental influence, as you can see here and on the top. So yeah, here Gaudi played a little bit with Moorish Oriental style, and then mixed with organic, nature-inspired elements such as flowers. It's getting hotter and hotter here in Barcelona. I don't know how many degrees, but I think we are over 25. But anyway, are you ready to see the next building, the next Catalan modernist masterpiece? Here we go. Hospital de Sant Pau. So this is Hospital de Sant Pau, and as the name suggests, it's a hospital. It's better to say it was a hospital because it was built between 1903 and 1930, and yeah, the concept behind this building, this project is like very original, very unique, because it's basically not only one building, but there are several buildings. This is just the front part, but behind there is like a huge, very big complex with different pavilions, different buildings for different functions. And yeah, so the concept behind this project was to use architecture as a way of healing people. So there was the first time that a hospital was built using this style, this architectural style, and yes, these different pavilions and different buildings were connected between them with tunnels, so the patients could move between them without any problem, and very easily. So yeah, this hospital was a real hospital until 2009. So it was operated for 80 years, and then since 2009, now it's became a UNESCO World Heritage Site. One of the most iconic elements of this building is the clock tower on the top, that is 62 meters high, and this is one of the most iconic landmarks in Barcelona, because yeah, it's very high, so you can see from everywhere. Here we are in this beautiful area, and it's called the Poblenou. I don't know how is the correct pronunciation, but anyway, it's a beautiful park here. The day is perfect, very sunny, and here is our next building, and the last one, unfortunately, because I don't have much time left and I need to go to the airport. So here we are. This is Torre Glorias. So let me give you some explanation about this tower. So Torre Glorias was completed in 2005, and it resembles the Mont Serrat, that is the mountain a little bit outside of Barcelona, and also the geyser. So the geyser, when it comes from the bottom of the ground up, that's like, it kind of simulates the geyser movement. So this building is characterized by it's covered by over 4,500 panels, glass panels, that make the building change light during the day, but also there are like thousands and thousands of LED lights that make this building shine during the night with beautiful colors, and you can see literally from everywhere, just like a completely light out. Inside Torre Glorias nowadays there are some offices, exhibition areas, and also observation deck on the top. Okay, since we are here next to this beautiful architectural project, let's talk about why Barcelona looks like this from the top. So why it looks like a perfect, there are like perfect squares that form the city. It's not, of course, by coincidence, but it's the result of a big, very huge and revolutionary urban plan that was made in the mid of 19th century, because at the time Barcelona was growing faster and faster, but this had as a consequence that the city was getting overcrowded, unhealthy, and very polluted. So a big change was required, and that's why our urban planner, his name was Serdas, came up with this idea, this project that is called the Example. I don't know if that's the right pronunciation. It's called the Example, that it means expansion, and it was a plan to restructure, like reshape the city in order to connect the old town with the small villages nearby. So think about it like a chessboard, okay, where each block has the shape of a square, or it's better to say that is octangular, and these blocks are chamfered, so they are not really there is not the angle like but it's more the angle is more rounded, okay. And then inside the block, there was an inner courtyard that was filled with green spaces. On top of that, these blocks were made in a way that made more easily to see the other blocks. This was done in order for the buildings to have also more space, like more free space, more light. Yeah, and yeah, so that's this plan. This urban plan is called the Cerdas Example, and it was a big revolution at the time. It's one of the most revolutionary urban plans in the whole Europe, and still nowadays it shapes, it defines Barcelona, the city of Barcelona, and that's why Barcelona have this peculiar shape when you look it from the top. I'm here at the airport right now. I'm on time, so I can chill a little bit. And yeah, what I wanted to say is that this video is going to end here for this second Barcelona vlog. You can check the previous video I made about Barcelona in February of this year, and yeah, this time I wanted to focus more on architecture, because it's such a unique feature that Barcelona has, and compared to other European cities, like its architecture is very iconic, and above all the urban planning of the city is something very, very unique. So I wanted to focus more on that. I think next year I will come back to Barcelona again for other dance related stuff. So I don't know, I will then decide what I'm going to talk about. But I think next time I want to be more like raw, so more like showing more like life of a traveler in Barcelona, interacting with local people, maybe doing some challenges, I don't know. So, but I will do it in the next trip. Anyway, if you want to see some other videos about Barcelona that I made, you can check my Instagram. I will put the link in the description, and yeah, there are I made some videos about nice places where you can go for having a drink or for eating some nice food. And yeah, so follow me on Instagram as well. Subscribe if you didn't subscribe yet, if you're not a subscriber. Okay, that's it, and I will see you in the next travel. Peace.